What's up, good people? Welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, in case this is your first time, I am David Ochola and this is Wardrobe Chronicles. On this channel we talk about men's fashion and men's lifestyle, including fitness, food, and all good things that are under lifestyle. So in case you're into that kind of stuff, in case you're into self-improvement, be sure to hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any of the awesome content that I post here every Sunday at 10 a.m. East African time. It's great content that will help you be a better person and present the best version of yourself to the rest of the world. That said, let's jump into today's video. One of the things that I find that women like that is non-physical about men is a confident man. And by confidence, I mean it is in how you walk, it is in how you talk, it is in how you sit, it is just how you carry yourself out here. You can definitely tell someone confident from someone who's not confident just by how they carry themselves, yeah, even the way they present themselves to people. So one of the things that you want to invest in is confidence in yourself. So how do you get or gain confidence in yourself? Dress well, make sure you're the best at what you do, always look out for self-improvement. Never get satisfied with where you're at in life in general, whether it's in career, in relationships, whether it's in finance and all those things, yeah. So what you want to do is to be in a constant state of self-improvement, because that will help you build your confidence, because at whatever time you are in your life, you will always know that you're the best version of yourself, and that is what yields self-confidence. So number one, be confident, guys. The second thing that I find that women find super attractive in men that is non-physical is ambition or drive. I know we live in a generation where men say women are very money-driven, money-focused, and they're very materialistic. That's probably true for some people, for some women, but not all women. Most women are looking for someone who's ambitious, someone who's driven, someone who's constantly working towards their goals, someone who doesn't have to be pushed, you know. You don't want to be a ladies' project, or you don't want to get into a relationship with someone and then they make you their project. You also, in my opinion, you should be found in a position where you're working towards your goals. That makes you more attractive than someone who does not even have goals, someone who doesn't even know where they want to be. So that calls for a lot of self-reflection. Look into yourself. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? But what you want to do is break down those goals in small short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. That will help you walk in the direction you're trying to walk in even faster, because you already know this is the direction I'm walking in. Assume you're going somewhere and you don't know directions. You can't even start going because you don't know where you're going. That's pretty much what you're like when you don't have goals and ambition. So what you want to do is invest in yourself, have goals, have dreams, have a plan of action, because that is something that very, very many women will find attractive, and then you will stop complaining that women are materialistic. All they are out for, in my opinion, based on my interaction with them, is just security. Someone who can show a level of providence of security, whether it's financial, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional. That's just what women are looking for. The next thing that many women find attractive is someone who's articulate, someone who can speak, someone who can, you know, if you're introduced to her girlfriends, for example, and you're not someone who can express himself, you come across as someone who is very, for lack of a better word, you're very mushy, it's not masculine to be like that. It is very childlike, so to say, because you're shy, you're someone who doesn't want to talk to people. So what you want to do is hang out with people you want to be like in terms of articulation and in terms of speech. Once you do that, you'll find that their influences you, or rather they influence you without even you knowing. It's something subconscious. That's why they say, show me 5 of your friends and I'll tell you who you are, because you end up being like your top 5 friends, yeah? So what you want to do is hang around people who you'd like to be like in terms of articulation, and you will be in a much better position than if you don't even practice. Because I think communication is For lack of a better explanation, communication is a skill that can be learned, and anything that can be learned can be improved. Yeah, take for example, when I started this YouTube channel, I was a fairly shy-ish person, especially on camera, but over time, as I've made videos and videos and videos, it's gotten easier and easier to talk to you guys, even when I can't see you. That's the power of communication and improving your communication skills. So learn to be articulate, learn to articulate your dreams, your goals, your drive and ambition, and you're good to go. The next thing that very many women find helpful and very attractive, in my opinion, is emotional awareness. And by emotional awareness, I mean someone who is in control of their emotions. You don't get fluctuations in your emotions in terms of maybe you get angry, and when you're angry, it's crazy angry. When you're happy, it's super happy. They want someone who's always in control of their emotions. And the best thing about emotional intelligence is it is not a destination, it is a journey, because you keep improving as you go, yeah? So the more you learn about yourself, the better you are in terms of controlling your emotions and being more emotionally intelligent, if that makes sense. So like say, for example, if a colleague at work maybe corsared you or maybe brushed you the wrong way, you will not be those people who snap out of nowhere, because you are already emotionally intelligent to know how to handle a certain situation. So say, for example, for some of us, when I'm angry, I won't shout at you, I won't make you feel bad about yourself, I'll just keep quiet about it. And then when I'm settled enough to talk about it, I'll talk about it in a way that's not emotionally abusive or in a way that's not hurtful. And that's what you want to do. You want to be someone who's emotionally intelligent. Be sure to watch out for how you carry yourself out, because you practice how you play. How you are around your friends is how you will be around other people. So when it comes to emotional intelligence, I'd just say know who you are. If you are choleric, if you're sanguine, if you are all those character traits that I'm forgetting right now, just know who you are, and that will help you handle the emotional side of you in an intelligent way, as opposed to just snapping or just being crazy happy out of nowhere, because that won't come across as masculine. Generally, men are perceived to be people who are always in control of everything around them, in terms of, like say, for example, if it's your emotions, you are expected to kind of know how to manage them, and that's something that very many women find attractive. The next thing that many women find attractive is someone who's conversational. Have you ever met someone who's just interesting? Whenever they talk or whenever they open their mouths to speak, people will turn and want to hear what they're saying. Those are people who are super conversational. And conversation, like I was saying earlier in an earlier point, a second point I believe, or third, conversation, which goes well with articulation. Conversation, being able to converse, is a skill that you can learn, yeah? So how do you learn the skill? In my opinion, people who know more about many things in general are more interesting than people who are more laid back and don't really care about what's happening, even in world news, in science, in fitness, in fashion, in art. I find that people who are more aware of present occurrences are more interesting to talk to. So that's it. What kind of person do you want to be? In my opinion, people who read very often are more interesting than people say who do not read, because when you read, you're exposed to a wider array of topics, and also you get to interact with different writers and characters, even in non-fictional books as well as fictional books. So generally, just invest in knowledge, and not only reading, but also the kind of content you consume on YouTube, on Instagram, the kind of content that you consume on Netflix, the movies you watch, all contribute to whether you're a good conversationalist or not. So what you want to do is watch what you are constantly feeding your mind with, because that will influence whether you like it or not. It will influence whether or not you end up becoming someone who's fun and interesting to talk to. The next thing that I find women are attracted to is someone who has a hobby or hobbies. Generally, people who tend to have hobbies are perceived as more interesting, whether it's playing guitar, whether it's playing rugby, whether it's writing, whether it's reading, whether it's hiking. Generally, when you have a hobby or hobbies that you take part in, it makes you more interesting and fun to talk to, because someone can talk to you about something that's fun in life, other than someone who's just career driven only, who's more boring to say. Yeah, someone said all work with no play makes Jack a dull boy, and you don't want to be a dull boy. You want to be someone who's very interesting to be around, because that's something that very many women will find attractive. The next thing that I find very many women find interesting is a good sense of humor. I'm not saying you should be Trevor Noah or Samuel Blackson. Those are very interesting people and they're super fun to hang around, I'm sure. But you don't have to be them. You just need to find your own kind of jokes that work for you and your person, or for you and your crew and the people who know you, and you're good to go. Because here's the thing, someone who's funny and humorous is someone who's bold enough and confident enough to even laugh at themselves. Yeah, and people don't want someone who's all uptight and serious. Sometimes when you come across as a serious person, people perceive you as not having a fun side, and that makes you a bit boring and unattractive in the eyes of women. So what you want to do is invest in just a bit of humor. Just let yourself loose. It's never that serious, if that makes sense. The next thing that I find women find very attractive in guys is being industrious. And by industrious, I don't mean in your career, I mean literally. So ideally, in the world, people usually say, oh, a good-looking man is tall, dark, and handsome. But you cannot do anything about being dark, and you cannot do anything about being tall, yeah? But you can do something about the last part. And this is where my saying usually comes in. I don't say tall, dark, and handsome, I say tall, dark, and hands-on. And hands-on means someone who's industrious, someone who can fix things, yeah? Like say, for example, when a bulb is out in your house, you should be able to fix it. If a pipe bursts, you should be able to fix it. If something happens around the house that needs a man to fix, you should be in a position to fix it. If say you're in a car and it breaks down, just having a bit of knowledge in regards to how to fix that car makes you stand out, as opposed to all the guys who maybe will be with you in that car and they have no idea how to handle the situation. So in my opinion, invest in a little knowledge and a little hands-on work, yeah, because that makes you more masculine as opposed to someone who doesn't even know how to handle such situations. I'll give an example. When I was working as an intern, there's a day the car broke down, and I think we're like 3 or 4 guys in that car and a few ladies. It was a big van. It was a big Land Cruiser, so to say. And so the car battery had run out. So we were requested to come off the car, or to get out of the car and push the car. And one of the guys inside the car said something to do with, wanaume mtoke nje msukume gari. Trust me, a guy has never looked so not masculine, in my opinion. So what you want to do is be someone who can be depended upon in regards to fixing things and just generally being an industrious person. And that, gentlemen, is it gentlemen? And that, ladies and gentlemen, as much as I talk to gentlemen in this whole video, I know some ladies will watch this video and they will agree with some of, if not all, the points that I talked about in today's video. If you liked this video and found it helpful, be sure to drop a thumbs up down below, like the video down below. I'd really appreciate it. It helps push this video up or higher in the algorithm. I'd really appreciate that. Also, if there's something that you think I left out, whether you're a guy or lady, be sure to let us know down in the comment section below. We'd really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed yet, please join the family. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate you being part of this family, ever-growing family. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. I will see you in the next one.